Manic Monday, how are we doing, everybody? I hope we're doing well today. NFC AFC Championship games are all done. Super Bowl is set. Let's go. I'm trying to relive and just enjoy this football while I can before the draft happens, before everything crazy happens. It's come down to this. Two teams going at it, like my Highway to Hell t-shirt. Two legends going at it. Eagles, Chiefs, two iconic franchises that have been around a long time. But I hope we're doing well. It's Manic Monday. I got a lot of thoughts today. Commanders early game, that was kind of a slugfest early on. And then, Philadelphia just put the pedal to the metal and they just showed how great they are. But I want to start with that game first. So, Commanders, listen, I've been critical of Jaden Daniels. I like him a lot. I just worry, though, is this a one-year wonder? I saw it with RG3 in Washington. Is he going to become that? I don't know. I'm not sure. He is special, and I'm not disputing that. I saw it the last year at LSU with those two receivers, with Neighbors, with Brian Thomas, two absolute studs at receiver. God, LSU does receiver. I was talking to Nick Deaton about this back in October. They do it about as good as anybody's ever done it. Ohio State's getting there. I mean, it's turning into Ohio State. I mean, LSU, those guys. Alabama for a little bit. So, what an incredible season. 12 wins, first time since 91. I wasn't even born yet. Coincidentally, when the Lions were 12 wins, I think in 91. So I like this team a lot. Dan Quinn's a good coach. I think he had a reflective time after being with the coach of Atlanta, then being in Dallas, now being back in the division. I feel like he's got a sense and a spry to him. He's always been well-liked around the league, and that I know. Albert Breer and those guys, I don't know personally. And I like Cliff Kingsbury as a coordinator. He's really excellent. Worked with Johnny Manziel. If you guys want to watch a documentary, go watch Untold with Johnny Manziel. Incredible. I know Johnny was just crazy, and he was nutty off the field. But on the field, he was different. And he was magnetic, and he was one of my favorite college players of all time. Worked with Kyler, obviously, worked with Johnny Manziel, worked with Jane Daniels now. He's worked with different quarterbacks, different skill sets, Patrick Mahomes. So I've seen what Cliff Kingsbury can do. And there are times with Cliff Kingsbury where he kind of drives me nuts, where he's just pass happy all the time when the run game's not working. Did it in Arizona, he did it with Texas Tech. So I like Washington a lot. But I saw the disparity in talent yesterday. Washington is a year away. They remind me of Houston going into last year. They were a nice story. C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, they get the juices going. Everything's great. They've been down for a while. Now, Washington obviously is a bigger brand than Houston, but you guys get what I mean. Playoffs, they were, but then they kind of fell apart, and then they got back. They've risen up again. So I do think that the Washington Commanders could be good for a long time. Now, are they going to go back to this championship game? Who knows? I know Coward today is like, he'll be back in these. Are we sure? Because we thought the Lions would be going back a long time. I'm not trying to pick on the Lions, but they didn't go back this year. It's hard, man. Every year, it's different. Because the AFC, I kind of know. I'll get to them later. But NFC's kind of been a weird thing because, the last 4 years, 2020 was Tampa Bay, Green Bay. Then it was 21 was Rams, Niners. Then 22 was Niners, Eagles. Then 23 last year, 23 was, I'm trying to think. 23 was Ravens, Chiefs. I had to think for a second. Excuse me. So I do think Commanders are good. And listen, I'm not trying to take anything away from them. They had a great season. But you saw the talent. And Washington's got about a year away from being great. They need more free agency, they need more depth on the offensive line. They lost their two offensive defensive linemen yesterday. And you saw what the Eagles do. And just to recap of Washington, they're going to be fine. They need another draft. They need another year to develop. But I was loving what they did yesterday. You got to score points, though, when you're playing Philly. And Philadelphia, I'll get to them right now. Howie Roseman, that guy's a wizard, man. And listen, they've always been good for a long time with Andy Reid. It was just time to move on from Andy. It's nothing against Andy. He did a great job. He won with McNabb. He won with all these different quarterbacks. And I think Andy Reid, the one thing I think I know is he's aged really well. And, had he, because Belichick, they're both elite coaches all time. But to me, Belichick was great in one era. Okay? Andy Reid's been great in both. He was great in the early 90s, 2000s when, the defense was kind of clicking and the offense, it was not great. Like all the rules were going more to defense than offense. Well, then it flipped. So now it's offense leaning, defense not so much. And Bill struggled. And Bill just, for some reason, was kind of grumpy and edgy and pissed. And Bobby Knight was like this, Tony La Russa near the end. Legends, this just happens. Al Davis, Jerry Jones, what's going on in Dallas. So I just, Andy Reid's special. And, when he got fired from Philadelphia, it was time. Don't blame the Eagles for this. But I think they've done a great job. Now, again, I still have reservations with Sirianni, and I have reservations about Jalen Hurts. But stay out of the fucking way, because this team, and they've been doing this a long time, and this is how you build football teams. You build it with offensive and defensive line play. And the Eagles have the best offensive line and the best defensive line left in this playoffs and in the Super Bowl. And I do think, now I know 2 years ago when they played the Super Bowl, that pass rush got neutralized. Because I think they had 70 sacks, something like that regular season. I do think this D-line's different, though, from that 2 years ago team. Because of one guy, 98. Jalen Carter is Chris Jones, Aaron Donald light. He is so disruptive, he's just A+ everywhere. And, I kind of found it funny when they drafted him, how he was on the phone. And it just killed him because he's a Florida Gator guy, and they are obviously Georgia players. So, Philadelphia's well run. They just got a load of talent. Saquon Barkley, now I want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl because I'm pulling for Saquon. I like Saquon Barkley a lot. He's a good dude, worked his ass off, humble, quiet, all that. I'm rooting for the Eagles. And I just think Philadelphia, listen, man, as long as they got that GM running shit there, I'm not seeing them fall off a cliff. Would I get a new quarterback in there? Maybe. But does it really matter if you're winning? Jalen Hurts is a good kid. I don't love him, but hey, man, he keeps winning. Roster stacked. Don't fuck it up. Drive the Ferrari. Drive the Ferrari. Don't crash into a pole. Okay? So I think that's what happens with the Eagles. So just to recap the NFC Championship game, and I'll get the AFC in a second. So Redskins are 1 year away. I'm going to call them the Redskins. I don't call them the Commanders. Sorry. And then the Eagles are just elite. They got a green wall of talent. It's absurd. I don't love Sirianni. I don't love Hurts. But as long as those guys can just stay out of the fucking way, do their jobs respectably, they'll be fine. Okay, so Kansas City's back again in the Super Bowl. 7th time they've been in the AFC Championship game. I've heard today at work that this could be the lamest Super Bowl. I don't know about that. It's going to be entertaining. It's Super Bowl. People non-football are going to watch. But man, I feel for Buffalo today. God, I feel for Buffalo. And I got to ask this question. What the hell was that, Joe Brady? Buffalo came, once again, unprepared yesterday. Shame on you. You're playing Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid in Arrowhead. And you first drive come out looking like that? Come on now. Where's all this dexterity? Where's all this, non-reliant Josh Allen Superman cape? Because I felt like I saw a change compared to 4 years ago when it was so Josh Allen reliant. Carry us, Josh. Carry us. Superman cape. Put it on all the time. No. Last night they went back to that. And that's disappointing. And the calls, I get it. They are bullshit. But you know what? You got to make plays when it matters. And Buffalo didn't do that. Dropped the ball. Dalton Kincaid, he's a really good player. Mark Andrews light. You had, 4 fumbles. And you got all of them back, which is crazy. The tush push bullshit. I just listen, man. They're on this list of like snake bitten franchises. I think Minnesota's on that. I think the Chargers. I feel the Bills. I mean, they're in that list. I mean, they've been so many times. And I thought it'd be different, but they just run into the Chiefs. And, listen, I think it's time to go, Sean McDermott. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's time to go. It's over, dude. You have blown so many games, and you're getting tight. Like, you got super conservative yesterday. What the hell was that? You're in Arrowhead. Go for the throat. You got a 6'5" quarterback, and you're going QB sneak? Tush push? What is that? He kept trying to throw the ball back. It doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know what to make of the Bills this morning. Now, are they still going to be good with Josh Allen? Yes. They're going to be fine. They're going to be in these games. But I do think at time, Sean McDermott's got to go. I do it tomorrow. Listen, I know you're not going to find anybody better, but there's that ceiling, man. He's got the 9/11 comments. He just... Now, he's mellowed out, but I don't know. I just feel like they're kind of reaching their ceiling. And I think the Bills need to really consider moving on. It's time. I've seen enough. One more do we just need to prove. I mean, listen, he cleaned up the mess in Buffalo. I get it. But this team, and especially defensively, they got to get some better players. And they were unhinged yesterday. I mean, the false starts and, and all that, it just was unhinged. So, I do love Josh Allen. I mean, every time I watch him, I have the same thought, and I said this, I put this on Facebook last year during the Steeler playoff game in Buffalo. He's Brett Favre light, except more mobile. Because, I mean, I see the same guy. Little raw, reckless early on, carved out MVPs. Now, Allen hasn't gotten that yet, but very same trajectory to me. Maybe Cam Newton, but better than Cam because Cam just is all over the place. But it's just sad that this guy is getting the shit kicked out of him. Like, by the media. And rightfully so, he just hasn't shown up. But I will say this. It took Peyton Manning a long time to get a playoff win. Herbert, long time. Lamar, long time. So, at some point, though, you got to win these games. And, yeah, it's just sad because I like Josh Allen a lot. And I root for Bills Mafia. Like, I'm not a Bills fan. But then at division, I'd probably root for the Bills or Jets before I do the Dolphins or Patriots. I mean, Miami's a shit show. New England, I think, is promising, but we'll see. But just gut-wrenching loss by the Bills. So over to the Chiefs. Chase Mathis, Preston Wolf, I love you guys. Biggest Chiefs fans I know. Congratulations. As a Raider fan, it pains me. But that's the vision the Raiders need to have to be consistent like that. Same continuity, same coaching staff. Been there, done that. I just, in Mahomes, like, I can't bet on him. I just can't. He just shows up when it matters. It's the Favre thing. I think he's Favre. I said that Allen is. But I think Mahomes is like Favre. I can't even I think he meets Favre. He just plays with like this, exuberance and confidence, and the moment's not too big for him, minus the Brett Favre mistakes. And listen, I've been to Arrowhead. It's one of my favorite places of all time to go to. I just can't say enough good things about the Chiefs. I know the refs. I get it. But they know what they're doing. And, here's the thing, Buffalo. You had your chance of getting Xavier Worthy, and you traded back. That's on you. You had Xavier Worthy there, and you just decide not to go take him. Which, that's your choice. But I'm just telling you, it's a little weird. So, I just can't. The Chiefs just are so good. They have such a great continuity within the coaching staff, the players, front office, the Hunt family. It's just so well constructed. And Andy Reid and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, they just have high-level dudes everywhere. They're kind of old school. Like they used to be a bombs away, aerial assault attack offense. And now they're just defensive-led team and efficiently, methodically on offense. So I marvel at them. And I'm tired of Taylor Swift as much as anybody. But until somebody knocks him off, I can't say anything else. I respect the hell out of them. You know, these teams, they just get all mad, and I get it. But you got to play the games. You got to play smart football. So, that's all I want to talk about tonight. Super Bowl matchup, here we come. I got more content coming out throughout the week. Stay tuned. I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes I had. I had a tremendous birthday. And just appreciate all you guys. So, adios. Have a great night. Manic Monday. Hit the like, subscribe, share button. Have a good night.